Yo, what up? It's Orange Bloods Live. I'm Jeff. He's Chad. You know what we're doing. We're talking Texas football. We'll be talking about Archie Manning and the number one pick of the 2026 draft, all those things. Like, comment, subscribe to the page. You probably saw the thumbnail. You know what the topic is. Jump into the specs chat, chat it up, send us some super chats. We do appreciate it. Shout out to Texas Card House Specs. We'll talk about our sponsors throughout the show. Chad, yesterday I was minding my own business, surfing the internet.
Minding my own business.
Pretty late in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then I see Field Yates drop on Twitter, ESPN reporter Field Yates. By the way, once upon a time when I was initially at the very infancy stages of hiring Anwar Richardson, Field Yates was a guy whose name and resume came across my desk.
What up, Field?
So I'm familiar with his work for a long time. And I clicked on it because I was like, I wonder who's at number one.
Yeah.
And then it was Arch Manning. And I was like, okay, here we go again. This cottage industry of Arch hasn't started a road game yet in college. His old man is making comments in Texas Monthly. It's just this conversation now. He's being asked about it on Monday or Tuesday, and he's like, oh, Granddad's a little crazy, and we talked about it, and I don't know what I'm really going to do. And, like, he wasn't emphatic about anything. And then the next day, Field Yates comes out with ESPN.com, a mock draft. Now, I don't think of Field as, like, the preeminent draft expert, but he's a made legit NFL reporter. Like, He just is. And so it was interesting to see, you wait till the week after Ohio State to put that out, and he goes big. It all makes a ton of sense.
Right.
So you should see him put it out there the week before when there could be egg on his face. And so the conversation, right, we've reached this point on the Texas side, Chad, where Texas fans are like, haven't you been paying attention? Haven't you seen Anwar's reporting? For the last 2 years, they keep saying they want him to make 25 starts. He's not going to leave early. They're not in a rush. Why does this keep coming up? And then on the other side of the coin, you have kind of everybody else who basically respond with, oh, if he's going to be the first pick in the draft, he's not really coming back, is he? Which is ultimately, I think that's the thing that we saw Field Yates go with, which is, push comes to shove, number one is number one. So, Chad, before I kind of give my very deliberate, I think this is the undeniable truth, and I don't understand why this isn't easy for everybody. What's your sense when that happens? When yesterday happens, and here we go again, the conversation that before he even plays a game this season continues to pop up, and here we are talking about it.
I think as long as he's not going to be emphatic, everybody's got to leave their options open. I think that's what we're watching here. Texas fans, if I'm a fan, I would have been waiting for that moment. If he wanted to, he could have said, yeah, Grandpa and I have talked about it, and I really do want to be back at Texas in 26, and that's the plan right now. He could have said that, but he didn't. He went with one day at a time. Yeah, I don't know where he got that. One day at a time. So once he does it,
I love that Archie Manning officially became the crazy old granddad of college football.
Hey, even an Archie Manning, and you and I talked about, even an Archie Manning might have gotten a comment from a granddad or a son or whatever, like, yo, hey, calm down. An agent maybe called, calm down.
No,
Archie.
Look, I would bet 25 cents. I wouldn't bet that much, but I would bet Cooper reached out to the old man. And look, I don't have a dad, so what do I know? I could be completely wrong.
You're right. That's what I would have done. If I was Cooper, that's exactly what I would have done.
But I think you just reach out to dad, and you don't have to say much. But you probably do have to say, Dad, you're not the dad here. And at that point, usually granddads go, oh, God, you're right. Right? And then they're like, and I think Archie's already done interviews since then, and he's come correct. Like, oh, he's barely even my grandson.
Right, yeah, right. I don't even really know. I haven't seen him in weeks. But so I think
I see they fly him in on vacations and stuff, but it's not like he's my son.
On both sides of it, you get to keep your options open on both sides because Field knows what he knows, and then Anwar and the Mannings and people inside the Texas coaching staff and all, they know what they know. And until stuff changes, until there's a reason to be emphatic, everybody's going to keep their options open.
Because, and this is where I think this is the elephant in the room. This is the truth as far as I'm concerned. We're just not going to know until we're there. If Arch Manning has a Joe Burrow type season and Texas wins a national championship, everything in this universe in our orbit is going to feel light years different. Consequently, there's a world out there where Texas is in a national semifinal in January, and we can go, do you think he's ready to go pro? Well, 2 years ago, Texas was in a national semifinal, and I didn't think that about Quinn Ewers. Hell, I'm not completely sure that that's the right decision that was made. We won't even do that. But, like Quinn Ewers had plans, and then 5 months of football would go by and things would feel different. And I just think that whatever the hell's going to happen this season, it's going to be as simple as this. When we get to January, we're going to do the same thing we did with Vince Young, because this was a story that I used with Chad earlier today. I was like, when that season started in 2005, we knew Vince was going to have a huge year. But if you had said, do you think Vince is ready for the NFL in August of 2005, you would have thought to yourself, no, he's not there from a passing standpoint yet. You wouldn't know yet that he would be the nation's #1 leading passer at the end of the season, that he would have the greatest individual performance to conclude a season in the history of the sport that anybody has still ever seen. And everything felt different. I was at Vince Young's press conference when he announced that he was going pro. Nobody showed up thinking that he wasn't.
Right.
But 5 months earlier, nobody would have said, oh, yeah, going pro, faux show. Like, that just didn't happen. And I think if you have to ask the question, then Arch is coming back. If you have to ask, what do you think? What do you think the decision will be? If there's any doubt about it at all, I think they'll lean into needs another season. If at the end of this, it's just like, I don't even really know if there's anything left for him to do other than put some notches on a starting games list so that they feel good with the number of reps he's had. We just aren't going to know until December or January, or who knows? Maybe we'll know in September. Maybe we'll get a third of the way through the season and we'll go, oh, yeah, no, he's definitely coming back. Or we'll all be going, maybe he's first. Maybe Texas is undefeated at the end of September. He's #1 on the Heisman list. He's got 15 touchdown passes and 1 interception. And it's a little bit of like, okay, probably going to have to play wait and see at the end of the season with this. It has to at least be a consideration. So everybody stop being emphatic about this. You stop being emphatic.
Right.
It's time. It's okay. It's okay to live in a world where the most likely outcome is that he returns. Because I do think that there's a heavy percentage that leans that way. But it can't be like 3% that he goes pro or less. Like it's higher than that. I don't know how to quantify it. But again, if in a month from now, he's the leading candidate for the Heisman. And let's say the odds are 3-1 or something like that. Like, just know it could happen is all I'm saying.
By the way, Catch, great news. In real time, we have a new producer on the show. Jay, Chad, can you get my chat now? It fits the conversation. Well done, Jay. Well done. Yes, it does. $5 super chat. Let's ask ourselves this. How many top 5 picks have decided to come back the last 15 plus years?
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that question, but I know that it doesn't seem like a lot.
I mean, we know the obvious answer. I don't know if it's would it be 15 years? An obvious answer at some point is his cousin, his uncle, right? Peyton is an example of that.
That's so long ago, though.
That's a long time.
15 years.
Yeah, last 15. So we go back to 2010 forward. I mean, I don't remember it, but again, Jay, this is stars aligning, Halley's Comet kind of stuff.
I mean, I feel like Winston came back, didn't he?
Jameis did, yes.
I mean, he came back all right.
He came back. He came back for some shrimp, in fact.
I mean, he had quite the comeback, but Jameis came back. But I don't know. Jameis, I mean, there are examples.
Yeah, 2013 was his Heisman year, and then he would have come back, and they went to the semis the next year, I think. I think they got all the way to that semifinal game, or all the way to. But
I blocked that out. I don't remember.
Into the semifinal.
That was Charlie's first year.
Right. Yeah, I think that's right.
My brains aren't splattered all over the screen right now.
On Jameis. But, Jay, again, to that point, this is where it's one of those stats. If you can tell me.
Everyone says he wasn't eligible. Okay, well, then there you go.
Wasn't eligible.
Yeah, I mean, I almost am thinking about other positions, guys that.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, they're right, Catch, because remember, Johnny was the first technical freshman to win the Heisman. Jameis is the first true to win it. He did it as a true freshman. So there you go. He couldn't have gone. Yeah. Okay. Had to come back. Otherwise, he would have gone and found some seafood in the NFL. All right. So if you want to throw a super chat in like Jay did, you can do that. We got to get rid of Catch a little early today because he is headed to an Orange Bloods event. Catch, you're going a long way today to talk Longhorn football.
I'm going to El Paso. I've never been to El Paso.
Is that right?
I've been to El Paso and changed flights, but I never count that. I've
never been either. I mean, technically, I did a drive, out to New Mexico one time, but I think it was a little slightly different path. But yeah, at the most, I maybe have driven through, but I've never stopped in El Paso.
I've literally only been to the airport. That will change tonight, 7 to 9 p.m. Famous Dave's on Airway Boulevard in El Paso.
Very cool.
It's a Texas X's event, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, come on out and join us. Famous Dave's. I have no idea what Famous Dave's is, but I'll be there.
There you go.
Hours, talking Texas football.
Tracy, I see the super chat. We'll talk about it right before Catch has to jump out of here. Y'all stay with me. We'll talk plenty about this Arch thing, and you throw in whatever you want as we go along. Also, a reminder, Catch is going to head out to Dripping Springs with me on the 29th, right before Ohio State, the day before. 12 to 3, we'll do the show. We'll have some barbecue. We'll have some great cocktails. And remember, they're open Wednesdays through Sundays now out at the Deep Eddy Vodka Tasting Room. I'm heading out there today to double-check all the technical stuff because, I want to make sure I cover all our bases. Deep Eddy Vodka Tasting Room. It's a tough job sometimes. All right, Catch, one more super chat here before we let you go.
I feel bad about how I'm going to answer Tracy's question.
Okay. When it comes to recruiting in order, what are the most important 4 games for Texas in terms of recruitment? Start there.
That's not the part I feel bad about. I mean, I really don't think there are 4 most important games. I mean, A&M and OU are always going to be the most obvious answers. Always have to win those. Georgia would be huge. At Ohio State would be huge. I mean, pick the 2 obvious rivalry games where, you want to impress in the Metroplex against OU every time you can. You want to impress in the Houston area, East Texas, and the entire state of Texas. It will be at that game when they play at DKR. Beyond that, just pick the 2 biggest games. And the fact that that sends a message. Plus, Texas recruits so well in Georgia. I saw and I saw a rankings yesterday, Chad. Rivals issued out they just published on their socials the state of Florida's top 10 in their rankings, and Texas had 3 of the top 8 in the state of Florida. And it's like, well, they don't have 3 of the top 8 in the state of Texas. It's just funny the way the meal is made and where the cook gets its ingredients these days, that you could make a case that Texas is doing better in Georgia and Florida than they are in Texas this year. And some of that may be by choice, but wow.
Yeah. So this is the second part you feel bad about. Buy or sell Megan Good hotter than Megan Fox. That's a hell of a battle there. I wouldn't have thought of a Megan versus Megan. What do you do, Kat?
Look, here's the thing. And I've already had like an hour's worth of conversation in my head in about 30 seconds.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to feel like such a white boy by saying that it's Megan Fox. Because Megan Good is so sexy.
She's incredible.
And I hate to pick another woman over Megan Good, even though she's lost a little bit of style points for me with her current dating situation. Yeah. However, I can't stress enough that Megan Fox, at a very particular time when the Transformer movie came out, if that is the only Megan Fox I ever see in the history of my life, was that one glimpse in that one movie.
No, so
there's almost no woman on earth.
You're missing
and it's not fair to Megan Good that you've gone Megan versus Megan here. And the only, because here's the thing, I think if you give me Megan Good over her life, it's at least a conversation.
Now you're getting there. You're totally missing it here. You're totally missing it.
Who?
Because there's not a word, the word prime and on and prime, nowhere close. This is an easy buy for me.
Oh, I have to go prime on prime. You're asking me today?
No, you don't. No, you don't. You're going to play the game that's presented to you. That is not a prime on prime hotter than. It says buy or sell, Megan Good, hotter than Megan.
I got to play it the way I just played it. I cannot not see Transformers. That'd be like me saying Megan Good or Tina Turner, but no other context needed.
Yeah. Tracy, I'm going to play the game you presented. I'm buying. If you're saying Megan Good totality, I'm buying. If you're saying Megan Good today, I'm buying.
I'm not buying Megan Good today, I don't think.
Oh, I would. Over Megan Fox?
Man, like she's gone like she's just lost. She's hanging out with bad crowd.
Okay. Now that's a good old man comment. That's a good old man way to get out of a hotter than. You know the thing about that Megan Good, she's hanging with the wrong crowd.
She is. You know who she's dating, right?
I do not know who she's dating, but I don't know. Chris Brown? I have no idea.
Close.
Close? Who is it?
Who is going to be the most important person in the Marvel universe?
Oh, she's dating the Kang guy. That's right. Yes, I saw that on like her last birthday. That
she's dating Jonathan Majors.
Right, she's dating the Kang guy, and that's that. Yeah, and they may have gotten married.
Like she stands by her man.
That is standing by your man. Yeah.
And so I'm just kind of there's a Megan Good ick. Plus, Bomani told a story once that she hit on him, and like. I don't know. Like now I'm just going Megan Fox, Transformers.
That is fantastic. All right, Tracy, I appreciate it. And you know what? The lesson we just learned there is if you're so hot at one point, you don't even need to put prime on prime because Ketch interpreted it that way. Like she's so hot in that moment to him. You could have said like Megan Fox when she's 80 and Ketch is still thinking of her under that hood.
It's like when you say Farrah Fawcett. What do you think of when you say Farrah Fawcett?
The poster.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? As Farrah Fawcett got a little bit older, she didn't look like the Farrah Fawcett in the poster, but you know what? She was always Farrah Fawcett in the poster.
She is. All right, Ketch, let's leave it on that wonderful Farrah Fawcett thought for you. Get safely to El Paso. Tell all the OB folks out there we said hello.
We're going to raise a little hell tonight, have some fun.
Hell yeah. Oh, real quick. Sorry, you're going to like this one. This is on your way out. You need to do this, Ketch. Somebody wants to know if you're going to talk to the couple that was making love on the side of the mountain. Great reference. Great reference. I'm going to explain that to the people that don't know, and you get to El Paso and have yourself a good time.
Why would I go to El Paso just to talk? I'm going to referee the proceedings.
Hey, they didn't go to El Paso just to talk.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nobody goes to El Paso. Wait, I'm literally going to El Paso to talk.
You're literally going. Have a good time.
Later.
He's going to El Paso for the first, and who knows? Maybe the enchiladas happen. If you're going to El Paso, I don't know. Got to be some great enchiladas out there. Gabe, brilliant. If For those of you that are too young to remember, Texas at UTEP, and they have fans that would sit up on the mountain and you could look into the game, and they did a zoom in, and they were just doing the typical come back from the commercial zoom in, and fans noticed that there was a guy sitting on the mountain with a coat over his lap, and his lady also had something under that coat, and it was her hand. Anyway, thank you, Gabe. Thank you for that. That was a fantastic memory. All right, Jay, I'll get to this other super chat, and you guys continue to send them if you like. Talking Arch Manning and that elephant in the room about the 26th season, the $5 super chat. Jay says, like I said on OB, I think Arch leaving would be a disaster for us. Having to break in another quarterback, a redshirt freshman for that matter, would suck. I wouldn't go disaster, Jay. It would suck. It would suck. Would suck is absolutely right. You know why? Because you want as much of Arch Manning as you can. You want as much of Arch Manning as you can. Here's the word I'm going to continue to use. It's magic. And you don't get magic every year. Every college football season isn't magic. Every quarterback isn't magic. This kid is magical. You got to hang on to it. You got to hang on as long as you can. You want more of it. I don't know if it would be a disaster, but it would be one of those things where, and this is what all you guys have to get ready for. And I wish I could guarantee you he's coming back in 26. I want him to. I've always been the old guy fan that says you should come back and do what Peyton did and do what Ricky Williams did. Like, that's my deal. I love that thing. I'm all about you can only do college one time and you should absolutely come back. I think Vince should have come back. I think Johnny Manziel should have come back. I think everybody should stay till they're seniors. But it's particular to each guy. But what you guys have to get ready for, and Catch said it earlier, you cannot get emphatic in your own head. Don't tell yourself you're going to get mad at like Anwar or the coaches or the Mannings if he ends up going to the NFL next year. A situation might present itself that he feels like he can't ignore. And I sort of get it. And by the way, I get this part too. Totally get it. We're talking up Arch way too much for not starting a season. You're right. But it's only 9 days away. When this thing starts, none of us will be able to control it. We will all be like hanging onto the side of a runaway train in a Fast and Furious or Mission Impossible movie. It's going to be real quick. So we have to kind of get through some of this now, because holy mackerel, it's going to go fast. By the way, for this little piece of trivia, thank you. Thrill says false. Winston won it as a redshirt freshman. All right, help me out then. I can't look it up right now. I know Manziel was a redshirt freshman. That's 2012. Then 2013 immediately was Jameis. Why did I think that was his freshman year? So if you're right, who's the first true freshman? Wasn't there somebody right around that time? Who am I missing? Maybe has a true freshman not ever won it? Anyway, y'all do that research for me real quick. But either way, even if he was a redshirt freshman, that would explain why he couldn't go to the pros the next year and had to come back. ATX Bates jumps in. The funniest thing is Texas fans spent the last 2 years begging to see Arch play. Now that he's about to play, the one thing people want to talk about is when is he not going to play at Texas? Bates, you got to talk about it now. Now's the time, because we're 9 days away. There's no game going on now. Once they kick in Columbus, that's when you guys just have to take the ride. Take the ride. Don't think about the NFL. You're going to be keeping up with so many things at once. You're going to be juggling a lot. Heavy expectations for Arch. Heavy expectations for the team. Sark. What's the red zone look like? What about the offensive line? If you win at Ohio State, what does it mean? If you lose at Ohio State, what does it mean? That looming Florida game's interesting. What does Florida look like against LSU and Miami? Is Lagway that good or not? Do the Aggies beat Notre Dame? If so, what does that mean? If not, what does that mean? All of that stuff. Plus, you're going to keep your eyes on the Saints. Don't tell me you're not. You're going to watch the Saints have a tough 4-game start with a mess at quarterback and think, okay, is this headed that way? By the way, I double checked. I've never heard. This is a good question, by the way. Bates, thank you for that. I have a question for the Austin media if they want to ask it. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't think this is right. Christopher, no, I don't think so. Wasn't Johnny a red shirt? I thought he redshirted in 11. Anyway, I don't know. Somebody look it up for me. Somebody tell me. But here's what I would do if I am the media in Austin. Now that Arch Manning has done what he did, and to go back over it real quick, he was asked about, hey, your grandpa said this in Texas Monthly. And he said, yeah, I asked him, hey, what's up with that? And he apologized for it. And then he said, yeah, I'm going to take it day by day. Okay. All right. That's cool. But as this thing starts, if the Saints suck right away, real quick, and it looks like they might be the worst team. Let's say Joe Flacco does okay with the Browns. I think they open with the Bengals. That who knows what happens in a game like that. A lot of pressure on those two teams. That's a great starter, by the way. But then let's say the pressure starts to build in New England and say not New England, in New Orleans and not Cleveland. Then here's the question I would ask Arch Manning. Arch, as a kid, what was your NFL team? Were you a Saints guy or not? Because we know when he was 11 or so is when that Texas thing happened. Had a Texas shirt, Christmas time. I want to play for the University of Texas. I've never heard Arch Manning talk about the NFL. I think we all assume it's the Saints. So I looked up the timing when Drew Brees wins the Super Bowl. Arch is 5. He's 5 years old. He's about to turn 6 in February. Is that right? No, sorry. He's about to turn 6 that April, I believe it is, Arch's birthday. The Super Bowl would have happened in February. He's just about to turn 6. So does he really have a connection? He certainly doesn't have a connection to like Dome Patrol and Morton Anderson in those days. Does he really remember like Katrina and the aftermath and Sean Payton and getting Drew Brees, all that stuff? He's 5 years old. Does it really matter to him? Is it just the hometown vibe? Would he be drawn to what Vince was drawn to? What was Vince drawn to? My hometown team has the pick and they could take me. I just won the damn national title and they might be shopping for a quarterback. I got to take that chance. Is that something that Arch, could be looking at? All right. By the way, let's just go back to the front here a second. Got chats that I'll get to. If you want to throw in a super chat, we will get to those. Let's give TCH some love. You see Texas Card House at the top every show. Get on in there. Tell them about Orange Bloods. Tell them, just mention Orange Bloods. You don't have to tell them about Orange Bloods. Just say it, and you get 1 month of free club membership and 2 hours of free poker play at any of the locations. Plus, little birdie's telling me, TCH Social Austin, we're good to go for watch parties. I'm actually heading out there tomorrow to do a little site check the technical side of things, and make sure everything's good. And I'll be asking about drink specials. I'm going to see if I can get some drink and food specials out of them this year. You can always ask. All they can say is no. Go to hijackpoker.com if you want to play online poker from the good folks at Texas Card House. Put it on your phone. Put it on your computer. Go anywhere you want. Just make sure you stay in the state of Texas. Like Catch in El Paso would be good. Just don't go over to Mexico and don't go into the next state. What's that over there? New Mexico? Don't do that. Don't go to Mexico or New Mexico. You're out. That's not going to work. Don't go to Oklahoma for a lot of reasons, but the hijack poker will not work in those other states. It just works in Texas. All right. Again, if you want to throw in a super chat, I certainly would appreciate it. Otherwise, we got some good chats here. Let's give credit where credit is due. What is this? MRV. Oh, there's a violin in there. Okay. Violonia. Oh, hang on. Mr. Valonia 1. Thumbnail is crazy. Thank you. Thumbnail is hilarious. Thank you for that. I say thank you on behalf of Catch, who initially came up with the concept. He sent the image. And then also our man Tyler, Tyler, Jalen, the graphics team. They put that thing together. I'll admit, I did say, hey, can you put the NFL shield on the elephant? So I'll take credit for that little idea. But it was the graphics team that said, yeah, we can put Arch Manning's face on there. Shout out to Catch for the original idea there. It did come through well. It came through well. Y'all would be so like sickened yet maybe entertained by how much we care about these thumbnails and what image goes on there. Cause we're trying, y'all know what it's about. It's about that clickbait. We're trying to get you to click in and care about the shows and all that stuff. If y'all can get like 10,000 of your friends every day to guarantee they're going to check out the shows, we could go to a generic thumbnail and we'd never have to look back. But that's not how this works, man. Y'all need to be entertained. And you need to be, you need the creativity. I get it. I totally get it. All right. Let's see. Yeah, somebody else is saying this. This is so weird. It's so weird that I don't think this. Somebody's saying it was definitely Johnny, and then someone else saying he was a redshirt. I swear I thought he was a redshirt freshman. Yeah, and there's another verification of Johnny as a redshirt. Yes, Manziel redshirted. Okay. Yeah, y'all tell us. Now, somebody said Tebow. Definitely not Tebow. The Heisman for Tebow was sophomore year, I think. Sophomore, junior, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm thinking of it. I'm just mistakenly thinking of that. Mark says no true freshman has ever won. Jameis and Johnny were red shirts. Okay. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. That is good. Hope to see you out at some events this season. And ATX Bates was throwing us stuff earlier. Hopefully ATX Bates will be heading out to TCH Social Austin for some of those watch parties. Obviously, the first couple are 11 o'clock kicks, if you don't know. The Ohio State game and what's second? UTEP? UTEP to the discussion that we're having. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah. The UTEP, San Jose State, and Sam. I think I have that in the right order. Yeah, so definitely planning to come out and see us. Let's get to some more Arch thoughts here. This says, what I took away from the interview where Arch said, I don't know where he got that from, was that Arch wants to be honest about not having decided yet. He probably won't come out, but may. Yeah. I mean, Paul, as much as I want him to, again, be back, and I know all you guys do too, but he didn't have to say it. He didn't have to. He doesn't have to commit himself to it because people will get on him for committing himself. You just stay day by day. Just do it. It's the easiest way to do it. You're in the middle of a season. It's a tough season. It's a loss. It's a win. It's whatever it is. Senior day is coming up. Have you thought about what you're going to do? Just stay with day at a time, one day at a time, and it's probably the best way to go. I get that part. And I hope in the end we have a Peyton Manning moment. We have a Ricky Williams moment. They get to come back. But they didn't have a national title in their pocket. What if he does? That's what we're all envisioning is the biggest what if. What if he wins the whole thing, wins the Heisman? It's this crazy year. All you Texas fans get everything you wanted, but then he's got to make that choice. Then he's projected as the number one pick, no doubt about it, above all else. By the way, in the Field Yates mock, if you missed it, Arch is number one, Lenora Sellers from South Carolina, number two, and Klubnik at 3. So quarterbacks 1, 2, 3, and then later on down the line, you get a couple other quarterbacks that find their way in, but he'd go right to the top if all of that works out. Fields has him at the top now. So, yeah, there's a lot that has to play out, but you've all got to be ready for it. You guys, as Texas fans, you have to be ready for this. You got to be ready for what it's going to be because it is going to go fast and it is going to be crazy. And there's not just one side of this story. There's tons of them. This is Learned Hat. See, it's not as easy to read the names. YouTube. Listen, Uncle Chad has got a message for you. Let's go back to the names. Because we're old and we're just trying to read stuff. Learned Hat 2587. That doesn't sound cool, but if it was just Learned Hat and I could read it, that'd be good. Okay? You got me? YT? Thank you. They are assuming he will have a Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels type season. If he does that and will be picked number one, he might go. I think we win a championship if he does that. So I wish him well. Well, there's the ultimate thing, right? I mean, I think, man. See, the ultimate, goofy what if would be if the genie shows up and says, all right, I'll give you 2 years of Arch without a title, or I'll give you 1 of Arch with a title. You take the title, right? For a lot of reasons, but, man, y'all are Texas. You're a Texas fan. It's about titles. It's about history. It's about greatness. If I could go back in time right now and give you 2 years of Vince without that title, 2 years of Vince, but Lindale White gets the yard. You don't want that. You want the title. So let's see let's see how it plays out. And then this one, again, this is the one that's going to loom. It's going to loom. If the Saints have the first pick, Arch goes. Sal, I'm telling you, this is the thing that you didn't know you were going to be following that you will be. Even if you haven't thought about the Saints, trust me, you're going to think about the Saints. I've already looked it up. I think their first 4 games are Seahawks, Niners. It's like Seahawks, Niners, somebody, and the Bills. They go to Buffalo in week 4. And their quarterback situation is a mess, and they have a brand new head coach. We have no idea what Kellen Moore looks like as a head coach in the NFL after the first season. They may be looking at that. And you have to imagine this, like, put yourself, if you can, try to put yourself in Arch's shoes. Assuming he is a Saints guy. He grew up in the New Orleans area. You grew up in New Orleans. I don't know every single house the guy's ever had, but we know he went to high school in New Orleans. It's where you went to school. It's your hometown team. They've got the number 1 pick. You just put together whatever the season is. Let's not even if it's not a national title, and let's say it's a good season. Let's say Texas hits whatever bar you're thinking of. Maybe they don't win it all, but they hit a bar. They get to the top 4 again. Maybe they get to the title game, whatever it is. Good season. He's in New York. Maybe he even wins the Heisman. Can he really say no to the Saints? That's really the question. But we're a long way from that. And that's why the most important thing is what Cotton, right here. Right there. Right there. That's it. That's it. Cotton, this is going to be the hardest year to focus you have ever had as a fan. Ever. So many distractions. So many distractions. It's like if you've ever been to the best Cirque du Soleil show you've ever seen in Vegas. One of those things where it's just hard to focus on one thing. That's what this season is. You got to be ready. You have got to be ready for the unique quality of this, the unique quality of what it's about to be. It's going to be absolutely insane. All right, Catch is off to El Paso. I do have some buy or sells I was going to give him. I may throw those at y'all here in a little bit. Also, you know me. We'll thank some partners. We'll thank them around here. How about a little Taste on Main? They're in downtown Buda, 116 Main Street in Buda. And I do have that picture for you. I do have that lovely picture. Oscar-style steak, the Brussels sprouts. Not sure if that's exactly what I'm getting the next time I go to Taste on Main. Whew, but it might be, because I love the steak Oscar-style. That crab meat on top, if you don't know about Oscar-style, it's beautiful. It's magic. And those Brussels sprouts, I get them for myself. My wife does not like Brussels sprouts. And I love that she doesn't like Brussels sprouts because I get them all for me. You see that bowl? It wasn't full when I left. It was empty. It's incredible stuff. The details are always covered in an immaculate way with Taste on Main. It's a great steakhouse in downtown Buda. Parking is free. They only serve East Coast oysters. They have a great brunch Saturdays and Sundays 10 to 3. The drink menu's excellent. Try the Sam Elliott's mustache. You will not be disappointed in Taste on Main. Tell them we sent you here at Orange Bloods Live. Whew, just makes me hungry looking at that wonderful steak. It's fantastic. There's that QR code for a couple more seconds. If you want to check it out, we appreciate you guys doing that. We appreciate you jumping in the chat. Oh, a couple of super chats jumping in. All right, here we go. Let's go to this one first. Flintstone foot job. That one that somehow reads clearly. 199. Why is Arch banging an elephant on? How dare you? How dare you? Elephant in the room. The weight of the decision. Elephant sitting on his lap. How dare you? How dare you go there? $2 from Mark. Arch is just saving Anwar from hypotheticals. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, this is the great part, man. And again, we just all have to sit back and wait to see where this plays out. With all due respect to Kirk Bowles, Anwar, Anybody else you could think of in that assembled media? My man Bob Ballou from the Austin TV crew, Corey Mose, everybody, anybody you could think of. Chip and Jeff Howe and all these people. They have no clue. No clue what this is about to be because it's never happened. Ever. And it's never going to happen again. Unless Peyton Manning's son, I don't even know the details. If Peyton Manning's son is that highly rated a quarterback and he comes out and he ends up going to a school as high profile as Texas at a time when they are dominant in a conference that is called the SEC or the Big Ten, maybe. But otherwise, this has never happened. So how will this media react? What questions get asked? Will the media folks follow along with a season and what's going on? Like, I'm assuming they're not going to continue to ask Arch about what his future plans are, but just how they deal with this whole thing. It's going to be crazy because in 9 days from when I'm talking to you, do you understand what the overreaction is going to be like? Like Ketch and Anwar call that show on Monday, Overreaction Monday. How in the world will we not overreact after that first game? How? It's impossible. If Texas wins it, I have told you for months now, this is going to be a September pimp walk like we have never seen. You talk about expectations. You talk about mock drafts. Oh my God. Texas could win that on a last-second safety, 12-11. And the expectation stuff is going to go nuts. September's going to be crazy. You're playing 3 nobodies on your way to Florida and an off week. What if it's the other way? Oh my God. What if Ohio State wins? What if, dare I say, the number 3 team in the country at home with some talent that was on a national title team? What if they beat Texas? Oh my God, Arch is terrible. He's overrated. Oh, they should have. How in the world could they have said he should have been playing all this time? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Going to be crazy. No, I'm not putting that one up. Not putting that one up. Somebody said it's a bad look. No, you made it bad. That wasn't us. You did that. You did that. Okay. Jose, Chad, what will be your go-to meal for week 1 of college football? Well, Jose, to pump a sponsor, since we are going to be at TCH Social Austin for the watch party, if what I'm hearing is correct, they have some great stuff. The last time I was there, I had their meatloaf, which was excellent. I probably had their salmon 5 times last season, so that's an early favorite. Ketch was right. Their chicken tenders are silly good. I don't think I'd do that for a week 1, though. It's probably the salmon. It's probably just a nice salmon broccoli. It'll make me feel like I'm eating healthy, staying light on my feet. 11 o'clock game. Let's not go too heavy. But, man, they've got great stuff there. Oh, and a side of the bad beat bacon. You got to have the bad beat bacon, Jose, if you're going out to TCH. Let's see. Back to Flintstone foot job, I think. Yes, Arch is smart. He's wrapping up probably. No, see that? Come on, man. There's no need. There is no need. I can't believe that is what y'all made out of that. You know what? Let's hear from Specs. Let's hear from Lisa, and then we'll try to get back on track. Okay?
Texans know for selection and lower prices, it all starts at Specs.
Shop Specs!
With all your favorites on tap, you'll bring home the win. Boots on, drinks up. The fun starts here.
Shop Specs!
Yeah, it's hard to believe that that's the cleansing thing, a little beer pong, but it can work sometimes. Get stocked up at Specs, 9 days away, whether it's some of that lovely Deep Eddy vodka or the rest of it. Go get some whiskey, go get those great beers. I love going to Specs and just kind of cruising the beer section and finding like a craft beer I haven't had in a while, an IPA I haven't tried from a company I trust, that kind of stuff. I love doing that. Love that at Specs. Shout out to them. Tex Blonde back in today. So real and so into this season. The media has set us up if we don't get to the national title game. Be careful. Just be careful. This is where y'all have to focus. Tex Blonde, you have to focus. Don't let them reset you. Don't let them do that. Don't let them. We're 9 days away from the kick. Please don't be are you going to sleep every night thinking, well, if you don't get to the national title, It's disappointment. I just don't know. I don't know what it is. Man, it's a heavy burden. You know what? It's like the elephant. Imagine that y'all are Arch and the elephant is this season. It's a huge weight. It's a huge thing. It's a responsibility kind of thing. Y'all are blue bloods. Y'all are big dog college football. You're that, and you're that brand. You're the team that so many love, but you're also the team that they can't. I think only Notre Dame might be I'm trying to think of another example. Bama under Saban, but like the college football team that when you slip, oh, they notice so fast. But y'all know that. You know that comes with the territory. So you got to get ready. Has the media set you up? Text block, maybe. But you can't let it happen. Can't let it happen. Exactly. There's a good reference. The up reference is perfect. Watch. Don't be like that dog. Focus. Stay focused and enjoy this. Because here's what happens. This Catch hates it when I say this. My co-host in radio would hate it when I said it, but it's absolutely true, and it's more appropriate this season than any other season. You're going to blink, and we'll be at Texas OU. You're going to blink again, and we're going to be getting ready for the A&M game, and you're going to blink again, and the playoffs are going to be done. Find a way to grab a hold. Trust me. Trust me. As a fan who thinks about this stuff all the time, try to enjoy that moment. I used to make fun of everybody that would say be present, but it is a great thing to say. It's exactly what you need to do. Trust me. As a father that just dropped a kid off at college, I've been telling myself to be present for years now, and I still felt like I missed stuff. Don't miss any of this. Archie Manning is going to happen one time. And you have to be realistic, Texas fans, to know that it might be one season. God, I hope it's two. But you have to know it could be one. So don't miss it. Don't miss any of 25 thinking about 26. Don't let yourself do it. All right. This says Super Chat $2. Arch is going to see, that's just rude. We just don't need that. I didn't know that was, that was going to happen. Didn't know it was going to happen. Here's the one. Hunter, yep, this is it. That's a good way to think about it because y'all get the privilege. I put it on an OB post today where the people are having a discussion inside of my column this week. I don't know if I can say column. Am I allowed to say column? I put thoughts on Orange Bloods every week. I don't consider myself a columnist. Y'all been nice enough to read it and say that it's all right. So thank you. But anyway, in the discussion on Orange Bloods, people were throwing different stuff out, and I admitted it because I'm one of those strange fans that will admit it to someone else. I'm jealous as hell of y'all. Texas fans, I think every other fan base is. At least they need to be. It's not that they don't like their quarterback. It's not that they may love their quarterback. But they should trade theirs for yours. They should. I can't think of one I wouldn't. Honestly. We've had that discussion, but like maybe Lagway. Okay. Nussmeier, I'd trade him right now. Right now. You tell Brian Kelly. You have a genie show up to Brian Kelly's house right now. Brian, here's the button. It's got Arch Manning's picture on it. Hit the button. Arch is your quarterback. We'll send Nussmeier to Austin. You have 10 seconds. What do you think Brian Kelly does? What do you think he does? I'm jealous as hell of y'all. And I'm so glad that I get to be near it, covering it, dealing with it as the job. It's so awesome. But y'all try to enjoy it too, because you have a different perspective, than somebody like me does. I just get to sit back and watch. I get to have that outsider opinion of it and everything. You guys have to live this and breathe it and day in and day out and all that stuff, but enjoy the hell out of it. Yes, Hunter. Use it as a privilege. That's what y'all are about, man. Use it as a privilege. Don't be scared of it. Treat it like, honestly, I would treat it like Ricky's senior year. Like a Ricky senior year 2.0. For you kids that don't remember, that season just had a great feel to it. In terms of that, he's your guy. You're riding or dying with him. And those home games were just wild with the energy in the place. And y'all are going to do the same thing when Arch isn't touching the ball that you did when Ricky wasn't touching the ball. You're going to go, oh. You're going to hear it in the stands. You're going to hear, oh, when Arch doesn't like throw or pull the ball, or pull it and run or whatever. It's going to be great. Y'all are going to enjoy it. Yeah. UT guy says press that button. Yes, he's going to press it. He'd press it before you can finish the sentence. Come on, man. There's no doubt. There is no doubt about that. All right. I do have some buy or sells. I'll roll through those. We'll have a little fun. There's another chat I wanted to grab. We'll get to that. Let's thank one more of our big partners, and that is AV Consultations. They can get you all set up. Just let the images soak in. You might get some for your house. Check it out.
Hi, everyone. This is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations. We've been serving and assisting customers in the Texas area
I think I got this by now, old man. This is Camilla McKay, Audiovisual's social media and website manager. Our company has been helping you sit back and relax for the last 37 years. We come to you, and we're the kind of workers you want in your home. We give you all the advice at a great price, and we do a lot more than just audiovisual systems. We have employees capable of performing services like electrical contracting, heated floors, motorized shades. Am I forgetting anything, old man?
Yeah, we do surveillance systems, controlled lighting systems, and landscape lighting, computer networks, multi-room audio systems, and of course, we install some really cool theaters.
I had a feeling you were going to say that last one.
Now, am I forgetting anything?
Only this. Remember to hug your kids, laugh with strangers, and make love to whoever the hell you want.
So give us a call at 512-255-8678.
Or visit us online at avconsultations.com.
That's 512-255-8678.
Yes, indeed. All right, maybe one more here. Klubnik might be the only one for me that Clemson would want to keep him. There are some arguments there, Hunter. There are. There's a small group, but man, it's going to be so wild to watch. And then what do we come out of the Ohio State game feeling about both of these quarterbacks? I'm wondering if Julian Sayin is going to be a little more of a almost, and Colt wasn't highly ranked coming out of high school. I get that part. But back to that Colt against Ohio State game in Austin, he didn't feel like Colt was going to feel later on, but boy, by the end of it, he was Colt. And I wonder if that's what Sayin's going to feel like. And hopefully for you Longhorn fans, for all of us, we're going to think, yeah, great thing that Texas got him early. Of course, like we talked about yesterday, they might have to play him late too. So we'll see. It's fascinating stuff. But you're right about Klubnik. Klubnik's really an interesting guy to watch, which makes me go back to that Nussmeier-Klubnik game to start the season. You want to talk about another pressure cooker. You want to talk about another fan expectation game. Holy mackerel. LSU does not have a win under Brian Kelly in their opener. And Clemson has been beaten in their last two openers by a combined 62-10. Huh? And it ain't all Georgia. Go look that one up. That is messed up, is what that is. All right, I'm going to cut this one because we like to keep them under an hour if we can. Plus catches rolling to El Paso. Thank you, guys. I looked at the buy or sell. They're very specific and nerdy, and I don't want to have to go through all that. I'll save those for catch for next week. But I will say, if you guys will allow me, happy birthday to my Aggie brother, Mike Evans, going for a 1,000-yard receiving season in the NFL this year. If he does it, he'll be the first player ever to go 12 straight, breaking Jerry Rice's overall record, and he'll just extend the record to 12 of starting your career with 12 straight 1,000-yard seasons if he does it. Crazy stuff. NFL preseason tonight, Pittsburgh, Carolina, New England, and the Giants. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting us. Like, subscribe, get those notifications. Those subscriber numbers continue to grow, and we appreciate you for that. We'll be back tomorrow for a Friday show. Catch is out because he's heading back from El Paso, so I'll find somebody maybe to do the show with, or maybe I'll just ramble at you again. We'll figure it out. Y'all stay safe and check out the channel OB Live. See ya.